Go heat number 20. Heat 20 or 24, a field of 10 going clockwise into the main straight past the big crowd here. It's Daniel Amajuri and Glenn Vanzetti. Set for a dispatch. The green lights come on. They're away. Back then in third spot is Barney McKean as they head down into turn number 1. Sorry, Brendan McKeegan is in second now. They're 3 and 4 wide, and we haven't seen that all weekend, and it does come off on this occasion. No, it doesn't. Oh, and Gene Hannington for good measure, after all was said and done between Brendan McKeegan and Martin Kelly, ploughs into the front, and the cop car that is driven by Gene Hannington is wrecked in the front end. Major damage to car 78. Cautions are back on, and we'll have ourselves a restart. Well, don't see cop cars like that every day, Chris.
That's probably the most customised cop car I've seen for a while. Although many years ago I was on the management committee up at Barbagallo Raceway, and the police used to do their high-speed training up there, and many's the cop car that I've seen taken back to base on the back of a tilt tray when things have been overdone, coming in a couple of the corners, but that's the first time I've seen it for a long time. Gene now getting the car checked out to see if he can continue in the race. I think it might be a little bit of a wishful thinking situation on Gene's part. Barney McKean's car seems to be okay. And it's back on the track. And Barney just going to sit and wait for the rest of the field to come around. It's a complete restart. Barney now taking his place in the field. I don't believe that Gene will be able to get back onto the track. I think the Karoo Cop Cruiser may be a little bit too damaged, but the officials having a little talk with Gene. Gene probably saying, nah, it's just a flesh wound. For those of you that have seen Monty Python's Holy Grail will know what that means. Okay, the car's coming round now. And revs are rising, and they're racing. No, they're not. False alarm, ladies and gentlemen. They decided they were going to go without the green. Looks like Gene is being allowed back on the track.
That's why I never got excited to take over the race call. There's still a solid yellow light on. There's still a solid yellow light, so they're not going green even this time around as Gene Hannington resumes.
Well, I'm sorry about that, mate. I am colourblind.
Okay, the yellow lights have gone out. They will go green now. This is heat number 20 of the WA Street Stock Championship. Racing. So a complete restart as they head down into turn 1. Daniel Amajuri the leader, and second place is car number 33, which is Brendan McKeague as they move down the back straight. Here comes the charge of the Light Brigade. Car number 19 is there with Sean Barrett, goes into third place. They're 3 wide coming out of turn 4. It's Amajuri the leader. On the inside comes Sean Barrett. Back then in third place is Brendan McKeague. Then we've got car 105 on the outside, which is Glenn Vanzetti. He loses a couple of spots. Mark Furphy comes through, so too does Brennan in car number 18 as they move down the back straight once again. Amajuri the leader. Brennan gets the inquiry flag that time through car 18. Further back it's Harry Butler, Marty Kelly, then Joel DeMarte, and then the much destroyed police car of Gene Hannington at the tail. But out in front it's all Daniel Amajuri has a very handy lead in car number 83. Second place it's the 19 car driven by Sean Barrett. Third place Mark Furphy having a good run. He started out of position 8, he's up to third. Vanzetti goes back to fourth place in car 105. Back in fifth place is Brendan McKeague. Then in sixth position it's car number 18 of Brennan. Seventh place Harry Butler, then Kelly, DeMarte. And have a look at that. Gene Hannington surely can't see where he's going. The bonnet is all over the place in car number 78. Race leader comes out at turn number 4, Daniel Amajuri. Second place, Mark Furphy. He's got past the 19 car driven by Sean Barrett. Barrett might fight back on the inside here. Back in 4th place. It's 105 of Glenn Vanzetti. McKeague is 5th. The police car's in the way. It's dawdling out of turn 4. It's now on the infield. Amajuri the leader. Second place is the 54 of Furphy. Third place is 19 Sean Barrett. Vanzetti 4th. Brendan McKeague is 5th. Harry Butler, Brennan is 7th. Back to Marty Kelly and Joel DeMarte. The laps are now ticking by. Daniel Amajuri still out in front in car number 83. Second place is still that of Mark Furphy, just ahead of 19 Sean Barrett. Vanzetti is 4th. 5th place is still McKeague, no change in the order. And 6th place is car number 6 of Harry Butler, who might get underneath of McKeague. This time he does. There's only a couple of laps left to go. It's all Daniel Amajuri. Mile out in front. Second place is that of Mark Furphy. Third place is car number 19, driven by Sean Barrett. 4th place is Vanzetti. So move down the straight once again. 1 lap to go this time around. Nudge Amajuri out in front in the 83 car. Driving beautifully. Second place is Furphy. Third place is the 19 car of Sean Barrett. 105 still 4th, Glenn Vanzetti. Harry Butler 5th. McKeague, Brennan, then Marty Kelly and Joel DeMarte. That's the way they'll finish, apart from maybe a change way back in the field, but it's all Amajuri. Did what he had to do. He gets 36 big points. Furphy 2nd. Third place goes to Sean Barrett. 4th away of 105, Glenn Vanzetti. Harry Butler 5th, Brennan 6th, McKeague 7th, Kelly 8th, and Joel DeMarte rounds out the field. That was heat number 20 of the WA Championship with the police car. Have a look at that. Gene Hennington, a wrecked front end, is the last car to greet the judge. Heat 21 up next. We'll see Jeff Genev and Shane Phillips, Matt Amato and Shane Phillips both out. It'll be Jeff Genev and Hayden Norman on row 1, Kane Munro and Evan Wakefield row 2, Josh Davies, John Zinner on row 3, Greg Avens and Anthony Bear will be off the back of an 8-car field as we go down once more to Grant Woodhams.
Yeah, thanks very much, Jason. Daniel Amajuri just getting the balaclava off, all the necessary safety gear, getting the one-way communicators out. I'll have a bit of one-way communication. Daniel, broke the steering last night. What did you have to do today to get it fixed?
Stephen Cooper was good enough to give me a rack today to fix her up. Pretty much all we had to do. We're lucky. But I was 20th tonight. That win hopefully might scrape me into 15, 16 in the final. I don't really want to contest the B.
I understand what you're saying, but you've been around long enough, a pretty tough competitor. You'll obviously be at the front of the B or the back of the A by the sounds of it. How do you see your chances?
Well, if I'm at the back of the A, it'll be a whole lot easier than the front of the B, so 20 less laps I have to do. But big thanks to the family again, my old man out here in the heat again, changing all the racks and stuff, and wife and kids again, thank you very much.
Well done, Daniel. Another win here at Moora to Daniel Amajuri. Puts him in the mix for tonight's title, Jason.